as we are joined by a common cause. And it just goes to show that wherever you are in the world, I mean, you have it in you to just be light and brighten the corner wherever you are. I come with a heart. I come with a heart full of thanks, full of gratitude. And first of all, I just want to thank God and those who have walked with me, my people, my friends, my family, my colleagues, and people who provide an enabling environment for me to continue to thrive and occupy the spaces that you are leaded to. By the grace of God, I am here. And when I look back, I know for sure that if it wasn't for grace, I would not be here. At some point in my life, as a baby, I think I was between ages of 3 and 5, my parents got divorced and I ended up living in the streets. But I look back at that experience. It has taught me to give back. It has taught me to understand that people are not their background. And people are not their behavior. And once again, I have served as a broadcaster, as you did indicate, and a global health advocate, a corporate executive currently, a former presidential appointee, and a social entrepreneur. And I've authored 2 books. One, my memoirs, where I talk about You Are Never Alone, and Positive Living, where I focus on living holistically with a chronic condition. Now, 28 years ago to date, I was diagnosed HIV positive, and I was told at the time that I only had 2 years to live. And today I stand on this call before you thriving and deeply grateful for people in research, people who continue to be light in the midst of darkness, and for clinicians and researchers, for family and friends, people who enable one to accept whatever the eventuality and be able to thrive in it. At 360 Global Solutions, we design reselling projects where we enable anyone willing to just become an entrepreneur but don't have means. We provide them with stock, we train them and give them marketing tools. And that for me, occupying a space where I help people to bring food on the table is just so gratifying. And I'm also a trustee of the South African Women in Dialogue. I am committed to just amplifying women's voices across government, private sector, and civil society. Now, as I'm also a chairperson of the Malibongwe Arts Festival Foundation, where I believe deeply that culture and the arts are the engines for social cohesion. And perhaps you may be on this call asking yourself, where do I find the time? I always ask myself the same question, where do I find the time? Across these roles, one truth remains very clear to me, that no one rises alone. Each one teaches one. Every achievement is the product of many hands and many prayers. And I'm so thankful that I have mentors. Recently discovered a mentor of Dr. T.D. Lewis, who is just pushing me to connect to the greatness that needs to shine my light in the globe. That I've touched Africa, I've traveled throughout Africa. It is time now to connect with the globe. And I'm grateful for the moment when I got connected to Dr. T. Now, a cup of water. We often look at a glass, whether view it as half filled or half full. I truly believe that in my journey, I'm grateful for the small acts of kindness from somebody just, opening their hand, from somebody just rolling down a window and providing a smile. I'll take you through a journey when I became a straight kid. At the time, I was looking for my mom. and would obviously beg during the day until evening, where you look for a place to sleep, and just finding somebody who just smile, not necessarily giving you something, just a smile, was light for me at the time. And that has connected me to the message that I teach, whenever I'm given an opportunity, for people to just recognize that that child who's begging in the streets may be a Crisalda on her way to find her mommy. Just reach within yourself to find something that would shine a light along their path. Because oftentimes we see people who are in need, people who are seeking, as just bringing trouble. And I teach that message about just being compassionate, and acknowledging that anybody has it within them to be great, and you can be an enabler for that child to find greatness. Now, my faith teaches me that gratitude is not a passive feeling, but an active response to grace. That I remember those many years ago when I ended up in the street. I went to a bush and I said a little prayer. At the time, I didn't know that that was even a prayer that would reach where it did reach. I asked God to protect me from boogeyman. That was my conversation with God. And boy, did God protect me from the boogeyman, from asking for a lift from a truck driver who did not take advantage of me, but provided assistance that I needed at the time. And that connected me to the reality that we need to share stories about our faith, encourage people to talk to God more, because oftentimes we get exposed to challenges that we don't have a language, no words to connect to what's happening in your life at the time. But when you use God as your step ladder to connect to that challenge, and use God's love and compassion as your strength, you'll be amazed what it is that you can achieve. Now, my faith, once again, teaches me that gratitude is not a passive feeling, but an active response of grace. You have to be the one asking, doing the asking. I remember in one interview, I was asked, if you were to meet with God today, what would be the one question you ask God? And I said, I would ask, why do you trust us so much? Because God trusts that you will be the one who knows what to ask for. God trusts that you will be the one who knows what scripture to quote. God is the one who knows that whenever we are troubled, whenever we are challenged, we need to be knowing for sure, but that He has our back. But how many of us can claim confidently that God's got my back? And this evening, I hope if anything you take with you, that you acknowledge and recognize that God has our back, all of us. When we thank God, when we live a life of gratitude, it's amazing how we enter into partnership with the divine to just multiply our blessings. I always use a demonstration of a hand, that when your hand is closed, it's very difficult for you to hold on to anything. But as you open it, you allow yourself to grab. So in gratitude, we need to allow ourselves to reach out so that we are able to get to be exposed to blessings. Now, gratitude moves us from asking why me to asking for whom, because nothing just happens to us. Everything happens for us, for the greater good of humanity. And if we can get that, we'll never play victim in whatever it is that we get exposed to. I remember the many years ago when I was told I only had 2 years to live. I had two options: to believe the doctor when the doctor says you're going to be dead in 2 years, or find out what it is that I needed to do to stay alive. And in that moment, I learned as much as I can about health and well-being. And that took me to one of the biggest talk shows on radio, reaching millions of people across the African continent, using radio as a medium to teach about wellness and well-being, and how to use simplified ways of living in wellness holistically, and use that as content and context to help empower people. Now, to those amongst us carrying heavy burdens, living with chronic illnesses, grieving a loss, feeling unseen, unheard, I see you. I see you today. I've walked through the valleys, and I can simply tell you that nothing stays the same. It does get better. Gratitude does not erase the pain, because I will never forget the day when I was told that you are about to die in 2 years. It shattered my world. But it took a split second for me to nullify what I had heard and remind myself that no man, no human being is a giver of life. Until the giver of life says it's over, it ain't over yet. And when I focused on that, it's amazing how I opened a different worldview of what was possible, what was available. The pain did not go away. The pain of betrayal, the pain of feeling done under. But when I focus on what does this mean to me, and not seeing myself as a victim, but rather looking at what is God's plan with this pain right now. And God's plan was that I'm going to place you in world stages. You are going to teach people to feed off seed. You are going to teach people that knowledge does give you power. It's not a myth. It is reality. And in focusing on the why, and not why me, but why this, what it is, why is it that it happened, who's meant to learn lessons from this. I look back and I see the millions of people who have been touched, and I'm eternally grateful. Now, even the faintest glimmer of thankfulness can become a lighthouse in a stormy weather. Take a chance, connect to whatever pain that you present, use that pain and turn it into purpose, and you'll be amazed at what it is that you can achieve. Now, there are moments that remind me why I continue to persist. A young person, as a young person, I once upon a time accompanied a friend of mine to a contest, a beauty contest. I mean, I don't even have the proper legs for beauty pageants, but I was just there by accident. And the production spotted me and hashed me onto stage, gave me a dress to wear, and gave me a swimsuit, swimming costume. And I was like, but I'm not here to compete. Anyway, whatever it is that you saw, I just rode that stage. I got in there, and with confidence, I walked that stage as if it was the last thing that I was meant to do. And guess what? I won that competition. It was not my competition. It was not my place. But for me, what I learned at that time is that God will pick you amongst the riffraff, where people have nullified you, they've written you off. He will pick you, he will enable you, he will place you in places where even you look back and know for sure that it has nothing to do with me. This indeed is grace.
Woo.
So as we live, as we connect this evening, and I would like us to just carry gratitude as a strategy, as a point of disposition, where you know for sure that whatever it is that you go through, it is not meant to harm you, but it is for your greatness. And in that greatness, you tap into it, you derive passion out of it, and let the passion be be the one that pays your bills. To the woman here today, all of you, you are the heart of our communities. Thank you for expression of gratitude. And to the people who are on this call, I know many of you are celebrating Thanksgiving, and it is that Thanksgiving attitude and community that leads us to keep seeking and organizing and ensuring that we are empowered to empower others. We are blessed to be a blessing to others. And most importantly for me, to God, my constant companion and anchor. I know for sure that Crisalda would be nothing without God. Thank you for deliverance. Thank you for the daily bread. I know that we take this line in our teachings as very light, and this is the most powerful word in prayer. That when you ask God for your daily bread, it doesn't matter what it comes, in what form it comes as. Your daily bread, when it comes from God, it doesn't come to harm you. It always comes to enhance you. And I would like to now close. When I hear that voice, I'm becoming a bit nervous that I've maybe passed my time, but I'd like to close with this simple prayer that may God bless you wherever you are, and may God see you, see the good in you, hear you in whatever cries that you presented this evening. And may God charge you to get into your why. Once you figure out why you are here, everything else begins to make sense. As a little girl, my passion was talking. I loved talking. I didn't know that I could turn talking into a career. And guess what? Today, I pay my bills talking as a career. And throughout the summit, there are many stories that one can share. Today, in particular, I was only given 15 minutes, and I know that there's just so much more where that came from. And I would like to just honor everyone who's here and honor the fellow speakers who have joined. May God's grace continue to guide all of us into a future marked by justice, healing, and abundant thankfulness. Gratitude to the platform, to the global speakers, and to the Gratitude Summit. Thank you.
Woo! Oh my goodness. You know what? When it comes to messages and being moved and following the unction of the Holy Spirit, there are some things that we there's you can't put a time on it, right? So I just thank you for being here all the way from South Africa. You are a pillar of hope for many, not just women, but people around the world. You're so humble and you're beautiful inside and out. And I am so honored and grateful that you are a part of Global Women Speakers. I love you and I appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you got any value from not just Dr. Caseldo, but what about Bruce Wren? What about Dr. Cynthia McKnight? It's okay to give emojis. I know you guys are at work. You can't really make a lot of noise because you're trying to save your for now job until you can go and work on your dream job. I get that. But I want you to put some emojis in the chat. I want you to comment. I want you to share this live. We are live on YouTube right now. Go to YouTube. You can go to tinad.tv and it's going to be in the chat. You can go to YouTube and share it. And you know what I want you to do? I want you to share it on your YouTube. And if you don't have a YouTube channel, then I want you to start one. Video is it. It is, trust me. How many of you watched the video this morning? We all have. Watched the video already? How many of you did a live or a TikTok or an IG? We all have. So we are live on YouTube. And matter of fact, those of you who are here, just go ahead and go over to YouTube, YouTube University, share this live and touch the lives of people around the globe. The next speaker you are going to hear is all the way from United Kingdom. She's from London, and her name is Rebecca Wanko. She is a premier member with Global Women Speakers. She is affectionately known as the Mindset Queen. She just fired her boss. I can tell you more about it, but I'm going to let her do that for you. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call up none other than the Mindset Queen, all the way from the UK, Rebecca Wanko. Rebecca, over to you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
All right, Rebecca. Yes.
Perfect. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. What a great act to follow. I mean, Dr. Griselda. Um, Let me start with gratitude. I want to express my deep gratitude for Dr. Tina. Dr. Tina, the founder of Global Women Speakers. I met Dr. Tina 2 months ago at a conference that I spoke at in Miami. And I knew immediately when I met her that our paths were meant to cross. But not only that, somehow she was going to play a pivotal part in the journey that I was embarking on. So again, just speaking about gratitude, I am so grateful for being alive today, for being here today. How many people wake up every day and say, thank you, God. Thank you for keeping me alive. Thank you for helping me see another day. Just thank you. I'm so grateful because a few years ago, one of my good friends, we hadn't spoken for a while. And he called me out of the blues. When I say we hadn't spoken for a while, I'm saying we hadn't spoken for about 8 years. And suddenly he called me, asking me how things were. We caught up on like our lives. He had kids now, and I had kids, and we just caught up on life. And we said, make sure we stay in touch. 3 weeks after that call, I got a phone call, another phone call, not from him this time, but from my best friend, who was also friends with him. And she said, Steve passed away yesterday night. I was in shock. I was in shock. And I was like, well, what happened? And she said, he went to his parents' house, went to sleep, and didn't wake up the next day. This is why I thank God every day when I wake up in the morning, because many people go to sleep and they don't wake up in the morning. So I am so thankful for today. Now, I want to tell you guys about my story. Dr. Tina has alluded to it already. 4 weeks ago, I did something that was so terrifying, but also so gratifying. Like, the gratification probably tops the fear. I quit my 9 to 5 job. I walked away. How many people, by show of hands, yeah, see Dr. Griselda? How many people, by show of hands, are in an environment, in a job that they know they have outgrown? Like, you're not meant to be there anymore, but somehow, you turn up every day because it's safe. How many people can honestly say that? How many people are in a job where you give everything you can, but they don't recognize it? You're overworked and they don't appreciate your value. I mean, I raise my hands for all of those things because they all applied to me. Now, when I hit 40, I asked myself this question about, I'm going to say I had the itch. I call it the itch. The itch is when you start wondering what else is out there in the world. Like, what else? This can't be the only thing that I can do or that I should be doing for the rest of my life. You start wondering, is there more? What else is out there? So I got the itch. This is when I turned 40. I got the itch. And my immediate question when I asked myself, my immediate answer when I asked myself that question was, no, you're not in the right place. This is not what you're meant to be doing for the rest of your life. Because I was asking, it was like an internal dialogue. I was asking myself, well, 2 years from now, will you be happy doing this job? 5 years, I was like, no. My answer to myself was no. I would not be happy doing this, like even 2 years from now, let alone 5 years. So I knew that I had to do something, but guess what? I did nothing. Nothing for at least a full year because I was like, oh, it's one of those things. I don't know. Maybe I'm going through some kind of crisis right now. So I'm going to leave it and it's going to sort itself out. Of course, it didn't because it never went away. It never went away, that feeling. So a year later, I was like, all right, okay, now I've got to do something about this. Like, this is now bothering me, right? I need to do something. So I got myself an executive agent and I was like, okay, look, I need to change my job because clearly this thing I'm feeling right now, and it's just I'm in the wrong place. I need to change the job. And she brought me a role that was actually very good. On paper, it was excellent. It was like 50K more than what I was earning. And I looked at this job, I looked at it and I was like, I don't feel anything. I did not feel anything. I mean, the Rebecca, the year before, even not, well, yeah, the year before, 2 years before would have been like, this is perfect, right? Where do I sign? But I didn't feel anything because it just didn't resonate. And I remember calling this lady, the agent, and I said, thank you so much. You did such a great job. But you know what? It's still the same job at its core because it's a different company, it's a bigger company. It's, it's different people, bigger team, but it's still the same job. That's when I realized that this was not what I was meant to be doing. It's not about just changing that job. It wasn't. That's when it hit me. It was deeper than that. Coincidentally, during this time when I was having this, dialogue, one of my cousins, my close cousins who lives in the States, came to the UK and she told me how and she just got a job in Google. She had done her MBA at Wharton Business School, which is one of the top business schools. And I was saying to her, do you know what? You just seem to be glowing. There was something about her that was different from when I saw her before. And she said to me, let me tell you, girl, this MBA changed my life. It helped me get my dream job. So I was like, okay, I need to hear more, first of all, and I need to do something similar to what you've done that can completely open up the runway for me. So I no longer have the option of going only straight. I can go left or I could go right. Basically, I need flexibility to pivot because at this time I knew I was in the wrong place, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. Right. So I knew I needed something that offered me flexibility. Now, so she told me the new job, so the Google job that she had, was paying her 3 times more than what she was earning before. She was just living her best life. So I was like, okay, I need to get an MBA too. I need to do something exactly the same thing. I did lots of extensive research and eventually landed on the school that I went to. So I got admitted into one of the top 10 schools, ESA Business School. And I did my Global Executive MBA. I graduated last year at the age of 44. It was an 18-month course and it was 9 modules. Every module was in a different country. So let me just say that this was one of the most intense things I'd ever done because I have 2 girls. So I was doing this while with my kids, my 2 kids, working full time and then traveling. Because don't forget, it's 9 modules and every module were in a different country. So there was a lot going on, a lot going on. But it was also the most gratifying thing I'd ever done in my life. Now, why am I telling you this? Because this is where it all started. Because that journey of going through the Global Executive MBA completely changed the way I thought. It changed my trajectory. It changed my perspective. It gave me more confidence. I mean, I was already confident going into it, but I was a different Rebecca by the time I'd finished, a different Rebecca. And this is why I want to tell you guys a quote from Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett says, the greatest gift a person can give to themselves is education. Relationships come and go. But when you learn something, it stays with you forever. I thought that quote was so phenomenal. I was like, okay, that's it. I'm going to be bringing this quote out. Now, what I want to explain also is education doesn't have to be formal. You don't have to go and do an MBA. I mean, they are quite steep in terms of pricing. So you don't have to go that far unless you really want to do an MBA. Education is where you guys are at right now in this Gratitude Summit. You are being educated. because you are learning something new. You're learning something that you've never heard before. So congratulate yourself for showing up, because you are being educated right now. Now, so just want to step back into my Global Executive MBA. So I finished this course and it completely changed my trajectory. That's when I found my purpose. Because remember, I knew that I was in the wrong place, when I was asking myself the questions when I was at work, but I didn't know what it was like I needed to do. Going through the intense journey that I went through with the MBA helped me find my purpose. And that's when I became the mindset queen. That's when I set up my business aligned with my purpose. And I did this working full time with the kids. So if you like, it was a side hustle. So I wrote my book, set the business up. And what I do is now I help other women over 40, rediscover themselves. I help them reinvent themselves through mindset principles. Because, guys, we are who we are because of our mindset. Your mindset is the absolute foundation. It is the ground and the basis through which everything grows. If you're successful, it's because of your mindset. If you're not, it's because of your mindset. As Henry Ford said, whatever you think, right? If you think you can, you're right. If you think you can't, you're right. So you have to pick which one. Which one would you rather pick? I pick I can. So if I'm right either way, I would always go with yes, I can. Even if the thing might seem insurmountable, yes, I can. So fast forward to today, after I finished my program and I started my business doing it part-time, I got to that place. Every entrepreneur gets to this place, right? Every entrepreneur that is juggling their 9 to 5 with their business or side hustle, you get to that place where you've had enough. Like you get to the place where you have to jump. That place is different for different people. But that place, you will get to it at some point. And that was the time for me. I got to a place where my job was just taking way too much of my time because I was building this business. I was, putting away 2 hours in the evening, come back home 2 hours in the evening. The kids knew. I mean, when I'm in front of the computer, they know not to disturb me unless there's something really going on. Obviously, I sort them out and everything when I come home, and then I get to work. Weekends, but my work started becoming too draining. Not only was it time consuming or consuming my time, it was also consuming my energy. It was mentally draining. So I was like, okay, I can either continue doing this and keep giving other people my energy, or I can put my energy and my time into building my own business. All of it. Like I can put the 50 hours a week, 45 hours a week, I can put all that time into my business. And I started asking myself, well, if you do this, imagine how much faster you can grow. Imagine the possibilities. But guys, at the time when I was thinking about this, I was like, well, this is scary. I've got bills to pay. I've got kids. I've got, like you list all the things, all the reasons why you shouldn't do it. But then that spirit, that thing inside of me knew that it was the right thing to do. Now, I'm a woman of faith as well. I see we've got lots of women of faith and people of faith on this call. So I want to say to you guys, you have to be the Abraham. In Genesis 22, God told Abraham to sacrifice his only son. Abraham obeyed. He heard, he didn't understand. It was like, oh my God, my son, like this is a son that I've struggled for how many years to have, but you want me to sacrifice him? but he went ahead with it anyway. He obeyed. You have to get to the point where you choose obedience. You have instincts. Your gut is telling you right now what you need to do in regard to your job. The question is, are you going to listen to your gut? And there's one thing a metaphor that I wanted to give you guys. I can see Dr. Tina on the screen, so I know my time is up. But I just want to leave you guys with one thing. The lion is not the biggest animal in the jungle. What is the most feared? Why is that? Why is the lion the fiercest animal in the jungle?
He's not. It's a backpack.
Anyone knows the answer? Just put it in. Why is it the most feared animal in the jungle? I'll tell you why. It's because he's the boldest. Opportunity belongs to the bold. You have to become as bold as the lion. You have to become bold enough to say, okay, this place doesn't serve me anymore. I need to jump and build my parachute on the way down. Choose obedience, guys. Choose obedience. And I promise you, every day you take one step in front of the other, you will get closer to where you need to be. You just need to trust the process and take the necessary steps to get there. Thank you so much, Dr. Tina, for this opportunity. I enjoyed my time on here. I loved coming on here. You give us a platform to share our voices. That is so powerful. So I want to say thank you. I'm grateful for meeting you. Had I not gone to that summit, that conference in Miami, I almost didn't go, funny enough. I wouldn't have met Dr. Tina. Mm-hmm. This is why it's so important to listen to your gut.
Yes.
And do what you need to do. So thank you very much.
No, you were. I mean, come on. She fired her boss. Can we get some emojis, some fireworks? Because listen, ladies and gentlemen, the reality is you have to fire your boss before they fire you. And it's okay to work full time, but I got to say it properly. I am beseeching you to not work 8 to 10 to 16 hours on someone else's dream and not come home and work at least 2 hours a night on your own. It is extremely imperative. You must have multiple streams of income, passive, residual, and leveraged income. So Rebecca, thank you so much. I am honored to have met you. It's totally has been a privilege, and welcome to the Global Women Speakers family as a premier member. It's an honor to have you. You are doing some amazing things. I hear that you've been with Global Women Speakers for only 2 months, and I hear you've made money. I hear you've spoken on stages, numbered top 1% podcasts, and all of these other things. Is that true?
It is absolutely true. I'm so grateful. I'm so happy that, honestly, I can't say it enough, that I met you at the time that I met you. Wow. It was such a pivotal time because it was also the time when I had just fired my boss. And for those of you in the States, so when you give your notice in to leave work, usually you have to serve 3 months from the day you give your notice. So it's not, oh, here's my notice, I quit, bye, and then you take all your things. No, it's like, here's my notice, and then your boss says, well, you're still going to work for 3 months, and you better be giving us your all as well for 3 months. Right. Oh, wow. So that's what it's like in the UK. So I met you at that pivotal time when I knew I was leaving a job that I had been doing for 20 years. I was in corporate real estate in central London. So I was leaving a 20-year comfort zone for the complete unknown. And I was like, if anybody's going to get me through this place, this middle bit, it's going to have to be this woman, Dr. Tina.
Well, my prayer is that I am serving you to the highest capacity and that you are 1,000% satisfied that we are doing that. Is that the case as of right now? Things change, right? All right. The next voice you are here is going to be a friend of mine. He is unbelievable. He's a media mogul. He has been doing social media and broadcasting and television and radio and all these things since he was like 12 years old. They call him the digital Dick Clark. I don't know if you know who Dick Clark is because I didn't until he said he was the digital Dick Clark. And I'm like, Eric, who is that? So he is a master with a master plan. I'm looking to see if he is on. Jen, is Eric on? Eric
I don't
Zuli?
see him. I don't think he's here yet.
All righty, no problem. That's perfect. I love how God gives you perfect and divine order. All things work together for good. I can tell you that. And so what I want to do right now then is I want to do a raffle. Who's up for a raffle? Anyone up for a raffle right now? Okay. So I want you to make sure that you go to a speaker's profile, their Facebook, their Instagram, their YouTube. You got to go to their profile. You have to go. Rebecca's, Dr. Criselda, Cynthia McKnight, Bruce Wren. You got to go to a speaker's profile. And I need you to hashtag a nugget that you got for them. And we have people that are on social media right now, they're looking. So we can take one of those nuggets, and whoever gives the most powerful nugget that has a word. I love writing it down so we can be fair. I have a wheel that I can use right now for the other raffles, but for this one in particular, I want to make sure that our speakers, because you guys, they are totally giving you things that they can charge for. They're giving you some, not just motivation or inspiration, right? They're giving you life hacks to fire your boss, to know that if you have a terminal illness, as man says, that you can outlive it, that God has the last word. Like that is powerful. And I know that somebody on this call, including myself, all of us need everything that we're hearing right now. These messages are totally not orchestrated by me. They're orchestrated in divine order, because I don't know what you have need of, but I know somebody who does. And that's exactly what's happening on this Zoom today. Matter of fact, if you are getting any type of value, some real value, not just hype, if you're getting real value, I need you to put it in the chat, hashtag value. I need you to put the word value, because we want to make sure that this is our third summit. We're in the news. We are Google Index. If you Google Gratitude Summit, we are popping up all over the place. Not only are we in ABC, NBC, CBS, and a host of other networks, but right now is a crucial time. The world is hurting. Some people are grieving. Yesterday was not Thanksgiving, even in the States, for some people, especially the people whom the land was taken from. And they had a feast, they celebrated that they stole the land, and that was Thanksgiving. Look up what Thanksgiving is. And so while you're saying happy Thanksgiving to some people, be mindful that some people don't see it as happy. Be mindful that somebody, some woman has lost her husband, her child, or some man has lost his family. So it's not always how we feel and what we celebrate. It's also having compassion and honoring those things for other people. And so I just want to say thank you for being here on the Gratitude Summit, sponsored by Global Women Speakers. We're here to ask you for nothing but to give you everything. No selling, no pitching, just simple gratefulness. And so what I like to do is I like to do a raffle for $20, a $20 raffle right now, a $20 raffle. And we have people that are looking right now on the social medias to see who's putting comments, who's doing exactly what it takes to win. Love this. All right, awesome. So we have a winner. And the winner for the first $20 gift away is, you guys ready? Can I get a drum roll, please? If I don't get a drum roll, I can't give. You have to have a drum roll to get a winner. So come off mute, make some noise. This is not that kind of Zoom where you have to just be so stoic and you have to be so structured. That's not what this is for. We've done that all year long. This is simply a time of reset, a time of gratitude, a time of connection, a time of collaboration, a time of community that gives. We're not just like-minded, we are all like-hearted. So come off mute. I need a drum roll so I can give you the first winner of the Gratitude Summit. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. I love that. I love it, you guys. Thank you for playing with me. You know me personally, know I love to have fun. Okay. So the first winner is, I am pulling it right now.
Sure.
Okay. You guys ready? Yes. The first winner is there a Lisa Smith on the line? Lisa Smith, you are the first winner of the $20 gift card. I almost said 50. The $20 Visa gift card. Yay, let's give it up for Lisa Smith. All righty. Now I want to do another thing. I want to give away one more thing, but before I do, I want to go ahead and I want to do a roll call. And I want to see, is Dr. Judy in the building? Dr. Judy, she is a physician, a burnt out buster. Dr. Judy, are you in the building? Dr. Karen, are you in the building? Dr. Diane, are you in the building?
I am in the building.
Yes. So guess what, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have Dr. Diane, and I can tell you this, things happen in divine order. Before Diane, though, I got to give a disclaimer. She's real and she's raw. She is a sex therapist. She is a licensed family therapist, marriage counselor, but she's also the founder and publisher of Beyond the Vows magazine. And the things she talks about Beyond the Vows, I'm just going to say some of that I wasn't even ready for. So make sure that you are 21 and over because Diane is no joke.
Please.
I'll tell you this, if you want to save your marriage, if you want to attract the right person into your life, if you just want the real raw truth, then you need to tap into none other than the Dr. Diane, all the way from Virginia, Maryland, the DMV area. She also works for the NFL Trust. Diane is powerful. So I want you to probably just grab a little pen. You may want to take a little note about something, especially those of you who are, looking for a man or attracting the right husband or the right person into your life, because she's going to give you some real and raw. Get your kids out of the room just in case. And I'll make it a disclaimer. The thoughts of the Dr. Diane doesn't necessarily represent those of Global Women Speakers. Without further ado, Queen Dr. Diane Eunice, over to you.
Hi, thank you so much. And I'm going to be PG, just for the record. I'm not going to be R-rated today, but I'm so happy to be here. Thank you. It's great to be a part of Global Women Speakers. This is my second year, so I'm very excited. But I'm going to jump right in because I don't have a lot of time. But today I'm going to talk about gratitude, the relational skill that we were not taught when it comes to relationships. But before we start, because this is going to be a very interactional, we're going to be talking back and forth. So I want you to know that it's just not going to be me talking, but we're going to be a lot of engagement, okay? But before we do, I want us to just take a moment and I want you to, let's calm our nervous system. Let's calm our nervous system. And I want you to just take a deep breath with me. Just kind of take a deep breath in and out. And let your nervous system just kind of calm itself down and relax. You know why? Because gratitude, it doesn't rush. It arrives when we slow ourselves down so that we can have the opportunity to see what's still standing, especially in our relationships. A lot of times it's not about words, it's just about awareness in our relationships. So I've been a licensed marriage and family therapist and sex therapist for almost 15 years. And what I found, I've worked with almost 400 couples now. And what's interesting, when they come to therapy during the first session, they immediately want to jump in and talk about what's going wrong in the relationship. And I have to tell you, I used to ask this question, hey, what brings you to therapy? What's the issues that brought you here? But then I've learned that I was only perpetuating what they already were doing at home, right? Talking about the problems, trying to solve the problems in the same way that they did last year, the year before, and it wasn't working, right? So I decided to do a different approach. So my approach now when I'm working with couples is, hey, tell me what's going right in your relationship. What do you enjoy about each other? What are you grateful for in your relationships? And they kind of look at me because it's like, well, that's not what we came here to do. But what I found is it just changes the trajectory of the conversation. And also it sets the emotional tone for the rest of the session, right? So we have to learn how to reframe our gratitude, what it means in our relationships. When we were young, we were taught to say thank you when people do things nice for us. Um, we were even told to think of gratitude as something that when things are going good, like, oh, you should be grateful for the job you got. You should be grateful for this and grateful for that. And that's all great. That's great. But gratitude does not always change what you've been through, right? It always changes how you carry it. And that's a difference. So if you're in a relationship long enough, you've been in one for a long time, or even not that long, we're going to experience the peaks and the valleys of our relationships. So I was going to use a little whiteboard, but I'm just going to use my fingers. So when you think of the peaks and the valley, the peak here, that's where we need to ensure that gratitude still exists in the peaks, right? I don't know why my fingers, but they were doing right last night when I was practicing. But anyway, it's when we in the valleys where we need to figure out what is still going well in our relationships. The peaks are fine. When we're in the peak seasons in our relationship, that's effortless to talk about the things that we're grateful for. The sex is going good, we're going out on dates, we're doing well, but then things start happening. Then we start taking more out of our emotional bank account, doing more withdrawals than deposits, right? And so when we're doing more withdrawals from our emotional bank accounts in our relationships, that looks like disappointment or misunderstandings or some arguments or things like that. And it can kind of when we think about gratitude, it's hard to be grateful for something when we're in that space with each other, right? So what's it going to take for us to get out of the valley and start making our way up to the peak, right? And that means it's going to take gratitude. That means it's going to take patience. That means it's going to take self-awareness. It's also going to take us looking at ourselves and see, how do we participate in this issue that we're having? What's our role in this situation? So even in the valley, gratitude, it still can be there. It still can be there, right? It's waving its white flag. Even when the relationship is not going well, that white flag, is still waving. It's saying, hey, I know we're not in a good space, but I'm still here. I know things haven't been going well, but I'm still standing here with you. I know things haven't been great between us, but I still got you. We still have something special here, right? That's what gratitude does in a relationship. That's what it does. It doesn't mean that things are going to be, all the problems are going to go away, but it creates a great emotional space for us to still grow and love each other. So I want us to practice something. I want you to think of a person, maybe someone you're in a relationship with, someone that you are connected to, a partner, a spouse, a lover, or even yourself. So in the chat, I would like for you to complete this sentence with maybe 1 or 5 words, if you're feeling comfortable to do so. And the statement is, one thing I genuinely appreciate about my person is. So I want you to take just a couple of minutes and go inside the chat with 2 or 3 words or more. One thing I genuinely appreciate about them is what? And I'm going to see if I can go into the chat and look.
Yeah, we're going to read them to you, Diane.
You're going to read them to me? Great.
Empathy. I genuinely love and appreciate my partner for their giving nature. He is consistent and loving. He's a great
Wow.
husband, father, and provider. He has pure trust and honesty, strength building,
Wow.
genuine, peaceful demeanor, keeps me regulated.
Aren't those beautiful? So I'm sitting here grinning and smiling really big, just hearing your responses. So, but I want you to notice what happens in your body when you name that appreciation. Are you guys smiling too? Is it like bringing this, like, wow? Yeah. So the softening that you feel and the smiling that you're feeling, it's not emotional. It's neurological. Because when we show appreciation and when we show gratitude for our person, our nervous system is interesting. It constantly is scanning for cues of safety or danger, safety or danger. But when you sit in these moments of appreciation and acknowledging those moments, it triggers the good hormone, oxytocin, right? I don't know about you, but these are your experiences, and I'm feeling all warm and fuzzy just hearing about them. But it also, even in those few minutes or seconds that you took to write those appreciations, it also had the ability to boost your serotonin. It made your nervous system just a little calmer. So what do you think could happen if we did that every day or more often with our partner? What do you think would happen? So what I want you to do now is I want you to close your eyes and I want you to take one slow breath. I want you to think of that same person that you just wrote those things about. And I want you to ask yourself, what do they do that often goes unnoticed? What do they do that often goes unnoticed? And then watch, and when is the last time I even told them those things about how much I appreciate them? When I'm working with couples, one of the things that I have them do is sit knee to knee. And I have them say, the 3 things I appreciate about you is, and they both have their chance to tell their things. And then they end it with a hug. And you should see them as I'm watching them because it's virtual now, but when I'm watching them, it's beautiful to see. And when I ask them, when's the last time you've done that with each other? And it's like, life is life, and we don't get to have these intimate moments. And I tell them, but it only took you less than a minute. It only took you less than a minute. So you see, gratitude in relationships, it's not just about thank you. That's easy. Take the trash out. Thank you, right? It's not about just thank you. It's a practice. It's a practice of acknowledgement. It's a noticing your partner's efforts, their intentions, and even their presence. It says, I see your effort even when it's imperfect. I know we're not in a good space right now, but I still see you. I still see you. Relationships, they don't struggle because love disappears. They struggle because people stop feeling like they're seen. People stop feeling like they matter. People stop feeling like they're appreciated. So, what do you think happens when you have a partner what happens with the partner when gratitude is not expressed on a regular basis? Can you guys kind of go in the chat and just put what your thoughts? What do you think happens to a partner who feels that they're not getting those moments of gratitude from you, or appreciation? What do you think that can cause? I see withdrawal, the relationship dies, infidelity, insecurities, they pull away. Yes, Elsa, arguments. But you know what else it causes? It causes resentment. And resentment is really about what's happening now. It's about what wasn't acknowledged then, right? And thanks for your participation in all of your answers. There are no wrong answers. I see they're still coming. Thanks, Pamela. Anger is definitely something, lack of communication. Thank you, guys. So I want to give you a framework of gratitude with the word grateful. I think I have some more time. So I want to break it down in this acronym. So G in the word gratitude or grateful. We'll do grateful. G is to give credit. When was the last time you said thank you? Or when was the last time you said, babe, thank you for trying? I really appreciate that. It's so easy in relationships to focus on the things that are not going well, to focus on the things that, the arguments, the pulling away. It's all of those things. It's so easy to focus on what our partner is not doing. It's kind of like you cook spaghetti for your family. Your partner goes in there and decides they want to clean the kitchen, and they show you the kitchen. They show that they're participating and trying to clean up, and then you come behind them and you say, "Well, you missed a spot in the pot where the spaghetti was in." You didn't wipe the countertop. You missed a spot, right? So give credit, even when it's hard. Be thankful for even the little things. And let me tell you, people stop trying when effort goes unacknowledged. Now let's look at the word, let's look at R. That's recognize the unseen. That's the, remembering your birthdays, remembering your anniversaries, or remembering your favorite food and bringing it home, or those small things, those unseen labor. They put gas in the car when you were sleeping, or just little things. Recognize the unseen. A, appreciate out loud. If they can't hear it, then they can't feel it, right? If they can't hear it, they can't feel it. So make sure you appreciate them out loud. Silent gratitude doesn't strengthen any relationship. It doesn't. They want to hear it. We all want to hear it. We want to feel it, right? We want to hear those things. So T in grateful is take nothing for granted. The fastest way to kill intimacy in a relationship is to make assumptions. So take nothing for granted. A lot of times when I'm in session with a couple and it's like, well, she should know how I feel, or she should have already have known that, or I don't know why he acts like he didn't know. Well, he knows I love him already. I hear so many things in session, and you can't make assumptions. Yes, they love you. Yes, they appreciate you, but you know what? They want to hear it. They want to hear it sometimes. So don't make assumptions that you should already know this already. I can't believe you didn't know to do that. We can't do that in relationships. I want to encourage you to do those small thank yous. I want to encourage you to do daily acknowledgments or a routine appreciation. I have couples do what's called a weekly emotional check-in. And the weekly emotional check-in is not about, hey, how are you doing? It's about, hey, how's your heart? How's your heart? How can I love you better today than I did yesterday? What do you need from me? Is there anything going on? How are you experiencing me this week? That's a hard question that I've noticed for folks to ask their partners. How are you experiencing me in this relationship? You know why? Because sometimes we don't really want to know, right? We don't really want to know. So express even when it's hard. That's the E. Because you can be hurt and you can be grateful. You can be frustrated and you can be appreciative. And just remember that two truths can coexist. So even when it's hard, even when things aren't going well, that's the issue in relationships. When we have problems, we start making each other the problem. You're the problem, but that's not so. The problem is out here. This is what we need to be focusing on. This is what we need to be attacking. This problem here, not us, not us. So when we're in therapy, when I used to do it in person, even in virtually, I have the couples sit side by side because we want to talk about this thing out here. It's not us. It's this thing that we need to be attacking, right? And then F is focus on what's working. I think I said before, it's so easy to start focusing on things that are not going so well. It's easy to remember, well, you know what happened last year, or you know what happened, and we start bringing up old things. And I tell people when we've had an issue and the issue has been resolved and you've said, you know, I'm sorry, and that person has accepted that apology, then we have to leave it in the past. But what happens when we're heated or we're upset, we start pulling those things and bringing them back up. I'll tell people we bring things up from the past in arguments because we're losing, right? But you really have to think about, do you want to be right or do you want to be married? What's more important to you? You and grateful is understand impact. Gratitude, it lowers defensiveness. Gratitude makes us feel more emotionally safe with our person. Gratitude encourages that emotional reciprocity, right? So people give more where they feel valued. People give more where they feel valued. And then L and grateful, lead with it. You don't always have to wait for them to make the first move. You don't always have to wait for them to say, I appreciate you. You don't have to wait, right? Take the lead. Gratitude is leadership in love. That's what it is. Gratitude is leadership in love. So in closing, I don't want us to leave this great gratitude virtual space without asking ourselves, who do I need to appreciate more? Even if you haven't spoken to them in a while, it could be whoever. So this space is about people that I really need to show more appreciation for. It could be the people that you mentioned earlier, your spouse, partner, whoever. But what I want you to do right now, if you will come off of your cameras, if everyone can come off of their cameras. I can't see it on my end. Is everybody off their camera? Somebody said they missed
Yeah,
the
just so
F
we
and
can
the
be
U.
clear,
I'll
everybody
go
was
back.
so, you had everybody,
Everybody's off their camera? All right, so what I want you to do
you had
before we
everybody so
leave,
captivated we didn't understand what you were really saying. We have to think about it for a minute. You got us in our emotion, and then you tell us.
you know what's funny? I can't see anyone. I don't know why it's set up that way, but I can only see myself, and that's what's
Yep, but that's good. Because we want to spotlight you right now. You
I
have
know,
to.
but I want to see people.
Okay, well,
But
you guys come off of I mean, not come off the camera. Open up your cameras. She wants to see your faces. There's 34 people on right now for you,
all
Dr.
right. So before we head out, I want you to take your phones out. And that person that you haven't said, I appreciate you for whatever, and you know that it's been a while or you need to, I want you to send them a text of appreciation and gratitude right now. Even if you have to send one to yourself. The interesting thing is they may call or text you and be like, are you okay? Just going to give you a couple of minutes to do that. And you can just say the words to them. Hey, just want you to know I appreciate or I'm grateful for, and whatever you want to end it with. And then put a little emoji and hit send. And as we're doing that, I want to thank you for your presence. I want to thank you for your openness, and I want to thank you for choosing to grow with me today. And remember that people don't want perfect partners. They want partners who notice. And with that, I want to say thank you. And that's all I have.
Wow. 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 You know what, Diane? That was, man, that I think you just saved some relationships or you saved some arguments. And I want to give a huge shout out to the men, to Bruce Rand, who is still on, as well as Mark, one of our guests. He is in and he is engaging. Mark, we want you to come off your camera, come on screen. We want to see you so we can acknowledge you for being here, supporting Global Women Speakers. He's been on since the beginning, on and off, and he is actually just in the chat. Like his chat is on fire. Mark, where are you?
I am on camera. I was a couple seconds ago. Well, I'm a
Hey,
guest at every.
can you spotlight Mark, please? Bring him up to the front with me.
I
Thanks,
was
Jen.
on camera a minute ago.
Yeah, she's gonna bring you up so everyone can see you and say hi to you.
Well, I already know you, Dr. Lewis, because
Yeah, I
Eric
can see
invited me.
him.
Yeah, you see him now? Okay.
Okay, I see him now. Hold
See him
on
now.
a
Yes. Okay, awesome.
second.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah, that's
Oh, I
awesome.
see
Hi,
him.
Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Well, I already know. I
Oh,
already
I'm
know
off
you,
camera.
Dr. Lewis.
Here we go.
Hi. No, I know you know me. We're just acknowledging you for being
Okay.
in and being engaging and saying hi to
Well,
everyone else. All right,
well, the
thank
reason
Hi.
is because I'm part of the hashtag Easy Way family, and Eric Zulli is on here. And as always, being part of that family, we support each other. So the minute Eric told me over the last couple of days he's going to be here, here I am. But that California Arizona time thing, so I've been just sitting here for 2 hours waiting for him to bring his face on here, and I finally showed
Yes.
up. So
And matter of
I've been
fact, Mark,
supporting this for the last 2 hours, waiting
wow.
for Eric to show up, and there he is now. So that's why. So whenever he asked me to come and support him and anybody in the family, that's where I'm at.
Well,
So
okay. Well, I have a question for you, Mark.
please.
You said you've been here for 2 hours. Have you gotten value? Was it worth the time investment?
Well, you have to understand something. I mean, let me explain. So I always give value because I own On the Mark TV. So I mean, I own a global streaming television network, and I partner with Eric. So I mean, I'm the hottest Roku network there is. So all you ladies, this is a great meeting, a great summit for you guys to, share with 33 other people. But if you guys want to share it with millions, and you should be, if you want to expand your horizon and share it with multi-millions of people, like over 500 million devices, then you should be getting yourselves onto On the Mark TV or Easy Way TV and getting your brand out there deeper and farther than ever before. So we're on now 400 brands of televisions, and we're on 400 brands of television across 4 continents. We're on Franco phones. We're on everything. So our reach is deep. So if you guys want to reach out deeper, $100 a month, you could be on the Mark TV. Now I know Eric charges a
Hey,
little bit more, but
Mark,
you've been around a
time
while,
out,
so
Mark,
I
time out,
support.
time out. We got it. We heard you. We hear you respectfully.
Yeah.
We got it. Yes, we love the commercial break. We love it. So
I'm trying to help
I
people.
loved it.
again, Mark, once again, did you get value from the people that you heard? Did you get value?
Of course I did.
Okay,
I've been doing this for a long time. I'm 64 years old. I get value from every
Awesome.
person that speaks.
Great.
Absolutely. Hashtag ladies, hashtag me too, hashtag everybody. God bless.
Absolutely.
Hashtag
We
give
love
thanks.
the fact that you got value. You are amazing. Thank you, Mark, for being here. And ladies, we are streaming live on YouTube. So yeah, there is a reach, and this was a platform that I chose for my audience for the intimacy. So yes, it's not a reality show. It's not for show. And when we do those events where we want them to stream into millions of places, we absolutely choose our network of choice. So thank you all for being here once again. I'm Dr. Tina D. Lewis. I'm the founder of Global Women Speakers, and I'm super stoked to introduce our next speaker. His name is Eric Zuley out of Southern California. He's affectionately known as the digital Dick Clark. When everyone else was doing other things, he was walking around. Listen, he really created the selfie stick, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know he shaved a pool stick and taped his phone to it and was walking around with it? And people were looking at him like, what is this kid doing? He has been in media, he has been in television, he's been in radio and the digital space for over 30 years. Bring up my friend, my colleague, my business partner, none other than Eric Zuley. Over to you, Eric Zuley. How are you
All
doing?
right. What's going on, everybody?
Hey.
Hey, Tina, how you doing? You guys, it's been a long summit. It's been a lot of information, but I will say I've been watching on the YouTube. I may not have been in the Zoom, but I've been here since the beginning. So let's everybody do a fun stretch and put your cameras on too, just so I can see your beautiful faces. Because I'm gonna do a screenshot. Because you guys just heard Mark. He just talked about we're over 500 million something viewers with Easy with TV and everything we're doing. I'm gonna do a screenshot for all you guys because today is the Gratitude Summit, baby. So like, my gratitude to all you guys is how do I get you guys more social media followers? How do I get you guys some more love? That's one of the things I'm going to be talking about. Serving first, and then you get served. Law of reciprocity. You put the law of reciprocity into the mix of your business, you're going to win. You're going to win, right, Tina? That's what we do. Absolutely. So, guys, do me a favor, and I'm going to go to gallery. Everybody put your cameras on, and I'm going to take a little screenshot, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you guys on Easy Way News. 14 million viewers and counting. Which is going to get you on Google. So everybody, put your cameras on, put your makeup on, do your thing. Put your hand up. And we're going to get you out to about 14 million potential viewers. We get a lot of people on Easy Way News. So everybody, put your cameras on. I'm going to give you guys one more chance. Put your cameras on.
Hold on. Lip gloss. Hold on. Lip gloss.
Put the lip gloss on. Put the lip gloss on. Put the ties on. Whatever you got to do. Get your wine glasses. Make a toast to Gratitude Summit. All right, here we go, everybody. One. Put your hand up like you're happy to do a peace sign or a thumbs up or point. Everybody point to Tina. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. And we got the heart. Got the heart love in there. I love it.
I love that. Yes.
Well, welcome everybody. Thank you so much. First and foremost, Tina D. Lewis, doctor, ambassador, princess, sir, or lady. I don't know how many titles she has. But Dr. Tina D. Lewis has been a friend of mine for a long time. We've been friends for going on close to 20 years, I think. And
move it down just a little bit, or just.
Yep, I turned it down. Yeah. So I think close to 20 years now we've known each other, right?
Wow.
Crazy, right? That's something you need to be grateful for, right? Like having a friendship for close to 20 years to support you and put you on a stage. Like, guys, I'm going to talk a little bit about the power of appreciation. So I teach 3 things. I teach the AAA, so power of association, appreciation, and affiliation. And appreciation is really what's going to get you far. Right? It's going to get you more social media followers. It's going to get you leads. It's going to get you on more stages. It's going to get you on more interviews. So like when you appreciate somebody and you acknowledge them, whenever you have a chance to be on a stage, acknowledge the person that put you on that stage. Don't forget about where that stage is coming from. And when you get on a stage, you have to recognize and remember that's a chance to get more social media followers, right? So you have to utilize that stage and also make it win for the producer of that stage. So I'm on her stage, and it's a share for share. It's a win-win, right? Guys, raise your hand and put your. I don't know if you know how to do the digital hand thing and whatever, the reaction at the bottom of the Zoom, but I get a lot of excitement. I get a lot of energy. I get better. I get better and better as you guys give me reactions and you let me know that you're loving life, right? So raise your hand if you have acknowledged somebody for being on a stage and you've shown gratitude for being on a stage or being on a podcast or some sort of media vehicle of some sort. You know, let me just take a look. So everybody should be raising their hand. Everybody should be hitting the reactions button right now. And if you haven't, hopefully you're getting value from the Gratitude Summit of me telling you guys this, because the more that you do that, guess what? You get on more stages, right? If you show love on stages and support that you're getting, other people see that. Guys, I can't tell you how many stages I've been on. I've been on like thousands of stages now for Zooms and StreamYards and a couple hundred in-person stages. I've shared the stage with Les Brown and Tina D. Lewis, Dr. Tina D. Lewis and Shelley Hunt, the founder of Women of Global Change, and Deb Drummond. We have the women's channel and Sharon Lechter and Greg Reed and the creator of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, Frank Shankwitz, and so many amazing people. And every time I got offered the opportunity to be on stage, it was because I showed love and because other people came into the room, right? So shout outs let me show my gratitude to my man Mark, Mr. Mark Balin, who was just on here previously, and thank you to Tina. I'm going to show my gratitude to Tina for putting him on stage and letting him share a little bit. Showing some love to the Easy Way family. Guys, one of the biggest things that I've learned is it's about community. Would you agree? Like if you have a strong community, you're going to make it happen. You're going to be able to get into doorways. You're going to be able to make it happen for others. You're going to be creating more stronger impact. So it's all about community. And guess what? Community turns into cash. When your community supports other community. It's not just about your community, it's about linking in and getting involved with other communities, other groups, other organizations, other stages. And so I want to say my appreciation to Ebony Baker. I see her in here, and Mark Balin, and anybody else. If you're Easy Way family, just put it in the chat, because I don't see, there's too many people in the Dr. Tina D. Lewis Gratitude Summit room. I can't keep up with everybody, but just put it in the chat if you know me or you know Easy Way family. And I'm grateful for you for being here. I'm grateful for you if you're watching the live broadcast right now on YouTube. All right. So starting out, Tina asked me to do a gift for everybody. And so if you guys don't know about Easy Way News, let me just tell you a little bit of my backstory. I don't know how much time I have, Tina, but I'll just do a short version of my backstory. How many people want to get more views on YouTube and more followers, right? So I started out with YouTube when I was I think I started in 2003 is when I started my YouTube channel. And I was one of the first original YouTube partners. Top 100 YouTube channels of all of YouTube is called What You Need TV. Now today it has like 14 million viewers and 8,000 subscribers. So that YouTube channel is really the magic, right? And so I monetized that YouTube channel. I built my business off of building advertisers and getting monetization and giving love to the people that we put onto that channel. And then we moved and did Easy Way TV and then Easy Way News and on and on. So I say all that to say is going way back since 2003, I started out with a lot of subscribers and a lot of people, a lot of events, and I've been building a database ever since. And so now we're at a place where I think last time I looked at it, you won't believe this one, Tina. We did a survey, and we actually have more of a social media reach than Tony Robbins and their group. They're at about 10 million reach. We're about 25 million. And I can show you guys screenshots of that, right? So I thought to myself, I'm like, okay, we're at about 25 million reach. Now, when I say reach, I mean, that's a reach of all these other organizations and all these other people that are involved. We're at about 1 million a month in organic viewership. But reach is really what it's really about, because when you guys have reach, you have other people sharing you. And that's what it's really all about. The engagement, right? Other people sharing you, right? So like I shared the heck out of the Gratitude Summit. I told everybody, hey, make sure you're tuning in, make sure you're supporting Dr. Tina D. Lewis, and basically my gift to you guys, if you want to click on the scan the QR code, take your camera, you scan that QR code, that will take you into our app and you'll be able to get this gift. And I'll link up with Tina and see how she wants me to give you guys this gift. But we charge $4,500 to $10,000 to get onto Easy Way News normally, because we get anywhere from 10,000 to 50,000 views on an article on Easy Way News. And we've had a lot of major people on what's called the Easy Way Wall of Fame. So I took a screenshot of all you guys with that, whatever pose you're doing, you're getting your makeup right and getting all good on camera. And that screenshot is going to go to whoever is watching Easy Way TV. And we have Easy Way Family, Easy Way TV on Instagram, if you guys want to follow us. I have a couple gifts too. Like Go Time, the Easy Way is one of our sponsors. They said that they'd give some hats out, Tina, so you can let me know who we can do that with. But I'm going to help you guys all get social media followers. I'm going to help you guys all get on more stages, working with Tina. Okay, I want to be respectful of whatever she wants to do, however she wants to do it. But I can help you guys get on a lot of stages and a lot of podcasts. And you heard from Mark, we are breaking Roku records right now. We have, I think it's 60 channels now on iVod Easy Way. And our TV station is called Easy Way TV on Roku, Apple, and Amazon. So for free, complimentary, you guys can watch Easy Way TV. You can get involved with Easy Way TV. You can get involved with our stages, whatever we have, 100%. So what I want to really talk to you guys about is, what do you guys want to know, right? So I see you got some hands up. I'm going to take the time
Eric,
now, Tina, let you.
Those hands were when you were saying, you want to see some emojis. Those are people that, raise their hand.
Okay.
So 3 things. Number 1 is we want to know, what exactly are you giving away? What's your giveaway, your gift away?
Okay, so to repeat it again, the easywaynews.com is our big platform, all right? The bigger platform that we utilize, that we help a lot of people get exposure and visibility and notoriety, is easywaynews.com. It's a really large newspaper. A lot of people watch it. You can subscribe and see for yourself.
Is exactly what, Eric? What is the giveaway?
They're going to get an article. They're going to be, you see all these different people
So we need to be clear. So is the giveaway, they're going to get a free article on the Easy Way?
So the image that I shot, the screenshot that I took, I'm going to make a special article on the Gratitude Summit. And the people that are here in the Gratitude Summit that have their cameras on, one of the biggest reasons I took a screenshot, that are engaged, those are the people that are going to get featured in the article. So you're going to get a lot of people knowing about you, and then we can.
It's going to be one article with that as the image, and their names are going to be inside of the body of the article. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am. That is correct.
Okay. Fantastic. I just want to be very clear, because this is the Gratitude Summit where we sell absolutely nothing and we give away everything. So I wanted to be clear on the offering, because once this is over, Dr. Tina D. Lewis, the Bottom Line Queen, and Global Women Speakers will be responsible to making sure that the deliverables are met. So that was for clarity. So that's excellent. So he's going to give away an article. So he said, turn your cameras on. He took a screenshot. So if your camera was off, then you will not be mentioned in that article. However, there may be other opportunities. There actually will be.
Well, I'll say this, Tina. If the chat, because some people can't turn the cameras on. I understand that. I want everybody to bend. So if you guys were chatting in the chat, I'll give you guys the chance right now to chat in the chat. Say, just put Easy Way in the chat, so I know that you're tuning in during my session. If you put Easy Way in the chat, then we will feature you in the article that we're going to put out on Easy Way News. And Tina, you can help me to figure out who we need to do that with.
Yes, my assistant Jen, who is phenomenal. She's already screenshot everyone who was here. We have a list of their names, so we can share them inside of the Easy Way News. That's exciting.
But at the same time, too, if your cameras were on, then your face is going to be featured to a whole lot of people. Now, one more thing I want to just point out. It's not just people that watch our stuff. For the last 27 years, and Tina, you can vouch for this, we've been building quality superstars, very, very quality, high-level people, from the co-founder of Priceline and co-founder of E! Entertainment. And it's like the top-level people. So you have the possibility of a lot of blessings coming to you when you're on Easy Way. A lot of amazing people. And these people I've seen many times provide opportunities to our Easy Way family. And so if you have you're on the network, then they're going to reach out to you, because we have a very simple way that, just like a Facebook or LinkedIn, that they may reach out to you on the app.
Right.
And it's just awesome watching that magic happen.
Network, because Jeff Hoffman and the rest of the people that are part of the Easy Way Network, they also give their extensions to people who are part of Global Women Speakers as well. So that's what we can have, you guys. There is so much more that Eric isn't even saying, and we're going to bring him back, but we're going to call up Dr. Judy Wright. Dr. Judy Wright. So make sure you guys, those of you who are interested in media, text me right now inside of our group. I just need you to hashtag media, or hashtag the letters EZ. And then I will know that you want to be a part of the media campaign that we're getting ready to do with the Easy Way Network. It's really important. So I want to make sure that nobody gets left behind, that people are included.
I'm just showing them the wall of fame here really quick, Tina, because you and I are going to do some really great stuff to recognize some really great people. And you might recognize some of the celebrities that we have on here. We have a lot of celebrities that you guys can share the profiles with. And so it's just a great way to enhance your visibility and enhance your credibility on any stage or any platform on your online.
Can I say something about the wall of fame? Listen, you guys, I have been on the Easy Way Wall of Fame for a while, and I made a lot of great connections. As Eric said, I've been knowing him for over 20 years. So what I would like for each of you to do is send me a text message right now, or go literally to our group, to our WhatsApp, and go ahead and put hashtag media. It's really, really important. I love that. Yes. All righty. Can we give some love, some emojis for none other than the Digital Dick Clark, the founder and creator of the Easy Way Network, the Easy Way Wall, and the Easy Way News. He is incredible. He and his dad are an incredible, I'm not going to say incredible, they are amazing human beings. And what they're doing for children with vision is unbelievable. I'm going to bring him back. But right now, I want to call up none other than the Dr. Judy Wright, all the way from New York. Judy is a licensed physician. She's known as the Burnout Buster. Even though she called it something else, I could say she busts out burnout. If you are burnt out, she's going to absolutely help you with that. She's going to give you some tools, some techniques, and some hacks that you can do, not just at a clinic or a spa or getting your pedi-medi. She is absolutely going to show you how to get rid of burnout. She believes in purpose. She believes in passion over burnt out. Because here's the deal. If you are burnt out, then how can you help anyone else? You are of no use. And Dr. Judy's going to share her story of when she was diagnosed with breast cancer. So without further ado, the next voice you will hear will be none other than the physician, the entrepreneur, the leader behind taking people from burnout to building the life of their dreams. Dr. Judy Wright, over to you.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hey.
How's everyone doing? All right.
She said, how are you guys doing? I mean, come on, put it in a chat. How are you doing right now?
I need reactions to this.
Doing great, Dr. Judy. Wonderful.
Awesome. Excited.
There you go. Yes.
Awesome.
I am glad. Great to hear that. I'm so grateful to have you all here. I'm grateful to be here too. As Dr. Tina said, I'm a physician. I'm Dr. G. Wright. I'm a physician. I'm a speaker. And what she was thinking of is I call myself the burnout disruptor. because for me, it's not even just about if you're in burnout, stopping it. It's also about how do we prevent it in the first place, right? That's more important to me. In a world where we're doing a lot of, let's try to figure out the cure, and we never really do. It's better to prevent things first. But Dr. Tina is absolutely right. I am all about how can you better succeed by not stopping your traction, by burning out. And and all around the world, burnout is not going down. I mean, the great thing is that now we're acknowledging it, but it's that acknowledging it is great. And then you have to put action behind that. Then you have to put some action behind acknowledging that burnout is a thing, that stress is a thing, that stress is inevitable. Okay, but it does not need to, but burnout is not inevitable. It doesn't need to make its way to burnout. So I'm going to tell you that I am very grateful for being here, because as with a lot of people, none of us had to be here today, right? And anything can happen. And so every day that I am above ground, as my husband likes to say, is a day to be grateful. You know, but back in 2019, I found out, on a routine breast exam that there was a lump. And I didn't really even take it seriously. I'm going to be honest with you. I know the doctor. The doctor didn't take it seriously. I really didn't take it seriously. And it was through a promise to a friend of mine, my best friend actually, who one of her lifelong friends was actually dying from cancer, not breast cancer, another cancer. She didn't even know that I had this lump in my breast. And she was like, please promise me that you're going to take good care of your health. And I was like, oh yeah, I need to go schedule that mammogram. So I did. During breast cancer month here in the US, I scheduled my mammogram and I went in for what my brain told me was going to be a routine mammogram. I'll be able to do it on a lunch break. And 2 hours later, I was calling my job, telling them, yeah, so there's a situation and I can't come back to work today. And what was found was that this lump was suspicious. By the end of that was a Monday. By the end of that week, I was at a breast surgeon's office talking to her. She's well renowned, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is not gonna take your life, but you came in on time. Let's get this biopsy just to be sure." And I was diagnosed with 2 different stages of breast cancer in my left breast. And by January of 2020, I was in surgery, having a double mastectomy, and I knew I was going to have to be home for a while. And if you're a high performer, high achiever like me, and I know a lot of you are, okay, if you're a high achiever, high performer, that's hard. To sit down in place is hard. But I will say this, nothing in me said, why me? I was more of a, well, why not me? Nothing makes me special over anybody else. Nothing made me say, why me? What it did make me do was sit down and explore, you know, how did I get there? The other thing that I realized though is, man, I'm feeling better than I have in a few years now. I'm checking my blood pressure. My blood pressures are normal for the first time in 3 years. What is going on? And it was at that moment that I realized that I was right there at the edge. I had been slow walking my way toward burnout in the job that I was in. And it had been going on for 3 years. And so the next thing was not to blame the job. Oh, the job had issues. Don't get it twisted. But it wasn't to blame the job. It was to explore in myself, how'd you get there? What did you do? And I'll tell you why. Because we're all on a spectrum, a stress spectrum. Anywhere from, I get stressed sometimes, everybody does, to I'm burnt out. I had burned out before. This was not the first or the second time. And so now if I'm burning out or moving toward the third burnout, then I need to start to explore myself. What is it that you have not done? Why are we here again? And what I realized is I had not done anything about the other two. My answer to the other two was get up, leave this job, move on. Okay. So I had not done anything about the other two. And so that is why I started to put things in place for that. And that's how I came to this, because I want to spread the word to people that burnout is not inevitable. And burning out again is not inevitable if you do something about it. And so today, I am very grateful that I had the opportunity to spread that word through my speaking, to spread that word to clients. I'm very happy because I don't want to continue to see burnout going up, okay, worldwide. I want to see it start to go down. Okay, so I want to talk to you because one of the things that we always hear people say is, I don't have enough time. How many people in here say I don't have enough time? Raise some hands for me. How many people say I don't have enough time? There's not enough time in the day. I want to see some hands, some emojis. Thank you, Gloria, because I see Gloria. Gloria was raising that hand. She said me. Absolutely. Absolutely. And we all have the same, as people like to say, we all have the same 24 hours Beyonce got, right? We all have the same 24 hours Dr. Tina has. We all have the same 24 hours Jen has, or Diane has, or even Dr. Gloria has. Okay? We all have the same 24 hours. So the thing is, and I'll tell you this, I always tell people this. If we had another 5 hours, make it to 29, you know what we would do? Come up with 33 hours of work to try to fit into that. So what I'm saying is that we got to figure out how better to deal with that. But what I've realized, and other people have realized, is that even bigger than time management, because I could tell you right now, I got time management books in my house, and I'm sure some of you guys do too, or you've listened to time management podcasts, watched time management YouTube videos, done all the time management things, and it's still not helping, right? And so time management is very important. Absolutely. But time management combined with energy management, even more so. Okay? Even more. Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. I've been to time management. I'm telling you, we have tried all the time management things, all of it. Thank you for sharing that. Even the time management classes, right? So, even bigger than that is combining with energy management. And I want to talk to you today, and I truly believe this. I want to talk to you today about gratitude as an energy reset. Because a lot of times we need resets, and too many of us are waiting for the weekend to reset, knowing doggone well, okay, that what we do is take that same Saturday to catch up on things we couldn't do during the week for our personal stuff. And then on Sunday, we're already, using the Sunday to try to prepare for the next week, right? So we try to say, oh, I can't wait to get to the weekends and think that's going to be our reset. Or we wait for the next vacation and think that's going to be our reset. Could those things be the reset? It could be if people do it correctly, which the plain fact of the matter is a lot of people don't. How many people go on vacation and they are running the streets because they have to see everything in this 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, and now come back from vacation just as tired. So and so they don't get to use that vacation necessarily, especially if they're going to see family, because now the family wants to do 12 million things. They don't get to use it as an energy reset. So I say gratitude is an energy reset, and it's an energy reset that you can do in minutes. And I believe there are lots of resets that you could and should be doing every day, right? Don't wait for the build up to the next vacation or till the 7 days to the next weekend or 5 days to the next weekend. There are resets you could be doing every day. And gratitude is one of them, because gratitude is not just a feeling, but it is also like a shift. It's a physiological shift. And the reset part of it is resetting your mind, your body, your spirit. And as Dr. Diane was talking about earlier, your nervous system gets reset too. Okay? When we are very stressed out, here's the thing. All of our bodies, when we experience stress, whether it's a physical stress, like something is very heavy, or we feel sick, we're sick, maybe a cold or something like that, or it's a psychological stress, our bodies are gonna pour out hormones. Our heart may start racing, our stomach may feel a little off, our breathing is gonna speed up. Now, you guys know I was gonna talk about something because I'm a physician, right? These are the things that genuinely happen, right? But when gratitude starts to come in place, real gratitude starts to show up, it starts to show up in the body and in the mind. So your stress hormones, your catecholamines, your adrenaline, that starts to decrease. And when that starts to decrease, your breathing starts to slow down. Your brain starts to shift out of that stress or that threat, that reaction of threat. Your heart rate starts to come down. You start to feel like you're feeling more safe. When you're a high performer or a high achiever like a lot of you are, a lot of high performers and high achievers don't realize how long and how much they stay in this survival loop, right? And so you want to shift out of that to feeling more safe. When you feel more safe, now your body can rest. Now your body can repair. Now your body can reset. Not just your body can sleep, because there's a lot of people who sleep restlessly, but your body can rest and repair. The cells can repair all of that, right? So it's important to have these resets, and gratitude can help you do that and give you some of that energy back. When Dr. Diane was doing what she was doing, how many of you felt good? How many of you came out of that feeling good? If you felt good, put good in the chat, because I want to know how many of you came out feeling good, right? So when you get out of this the survival system where your body's feeling tense and down, right? And it's telling you to hurry, do, fix, do something, push, 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 push. But when you start to feel gratitude, it interrupts that. It interrupts that. It starts to slow things down and says, you know what? Maybe I don't need to push so hard right now. Right now, I'm just grateful. Right now, I have enough stuff. I'm just grateful. I don't need anything more. I don't need to push any harder. I have enough support. I have good people around me. I can breathe. I can slow down. That's basically what gratitude allows your brain to say, hold up now. It's not as deep as I'm making it. Okay? Gratitude will help you stabilize your mood, and it'll help you widen your emotional bandwidth, and it calms you and it refocuses you. Okay? So when you have that, now it becomes a reset button. Now you have permission to recharge, to renew. Here's the thing about time. When time's gone, we will right now on the East Coast, it is November 28th, 2:56 p.m. Okay? In a few seconds, it will never be November 28th, 2:56 p.m. in 2025. Never again. Okay? That time will be gone. But your energy is renewable. Your energy is rechargeable. And gratitude can help you do that. Gratitude can serve as that reset button that makes you take a deep breath and say, when you fill up those lungs with that oxygen and get that blood oxygenase circulating around your body, it's like, oh, okay. It's like now I feel like myself again. Because a lot of times we're sitting and our shoulders are slumped and the more we're like that, any of you like ever realize, man, I'm slumped down. Let me just sit up, roll these shoulders back, sit up straight. How does that make you feel when you do that? Tell me when you do something like that, how does that make you feel? I want to know in the chat. Good. Yeah. More engaged. You're more present. You're more, and you can't even help it. I gotta add attention. You can't even help it. You're more awake. You're more mindful, more expansive. Absolutely. I love these answers. I love these answers. Absolutely. That's how you feel. It's giving you energy, right? So I want to do, here's what I need you to know. And one of the things in the swag bag is going to be, a free guide about resets that you can do in 5 minutes or less that will help reset you and your energy and reset your focus, even on your busiest days. And that's why 5 minutes or less, because on our busiest days, we think we don't have 5 minutes. I'm here to tell you, you have 5 minutes to reset. Okay. Even in your busiest days, you have it. Now, gratitude is one of the things I talk about. I talk about the gratitude glance. And so I want us to do the gratitude glance right now. Okay. So it's not going to be long, right? I just want you to be comfortable. I want you to inhale slowly, hold it, exhale completely, hold it. One more time. Inhale slowly through your nose, hold it, exhale completely, hold it. Great. Now, I want you to bring your attention to one thing that you feel is supporting you right now. It could be a person, a place, a situation, one thing, big or small, that you feel is supporting you right now. Okay, it could be the breath that you didn't even have to think about. It could be stillness, someone you love, a lesson you learned, a boundary you held, anything, just one thing. And I want you to let your body feel that support. Now, silently to yourself, say, I'm grateful for, and fill in the sentence. Now, we don't need it to be perfect. You don't need it to be deep. It could be so simple. You just need to be honest about what you're grateful for and sit with that for a moment. Let that sit with you and let it calm you. And now, one more time, we're going to take another deep breath. I want you to make it count. We're going to take a deep breath. Inhale through your nose. Hold it. Exhale completely through your mouth. Hold it. Okay. Now, what word comes to your mind? How do you feel? What word comes to your mind right now as we just completed the gratitude glance that took 90 seconds? 90 seconds. What word comes to your mind? Lighter. This is one of my favorite words when I hear when I do this exercise and someone says, I feel light. I love that word. Grateful, stillness, relaxed. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right? And it gives you room to have that energy. Okay. So, like I said, this is one of the things I talk about in 5 minute reset and refocus. There's like 19 more things I talk about. So I'm so excited for you all to get that. That will be in the swag bag. But I want to do one more thing. I want to give you another gift. And that's the gift of awareness. Okay? Because the reset you just did, that's how gratitude protects your mind and body. And awareness also protects you. Think I'm wrong if we're not aware about the step that one step that you didn't realize was there, whether you're going up or going down or whatever, and all of a sudden you're tripping over your own feet. If you were aware of that step, that wouldn't have happened. Awareness is very protective. Okay. And so when we're aware of what's going on, like I had to get aware of what was happening and that I had actually been burning out and that's why my blood pressures were crazy and that's why, I was irritable and all of the things. And then I had to become aware of what I had been doing or not doing that got me there. Okay. Awareness allows you to say, once you become aware, you cannot act like, well, I don't know. right? You may choose not to do anything, but you can never say you didn't know again. And so the gift of awareness is what I want to give you, right? So I have a stress to burnout awareness quiz, and I'm going to, Dr. Tina, is it all right if I drop the link?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And we're
Yeah.
also going to put it in a virtual swag bag. For each of you who have registered, you will get a virtual swag bag delivered to your email. And it's going to be all of the gifts, the gratuities, the exciting things, the tools, the techniques, the hacks, the blueprints, the ebooks that we're going to give out, your virtual Visa gift cards that we're giving to the winners, etc.
Yes, absolutely. But I do implore you all to take the quiz as soon as you can, because a lot of us are walking around knowing that we are feeling stressed, but we don't know where on the spectrum we are. Okay. And there's no shame in that. Okay. The shame is when we have an opportunity to find out and we refuse the opportunity. So I have a stress to burn out quiz on to where are you on the stress to burn out spectrum? Just so
Dr.
yourself
As
can
a
understand.
physician, can you explain the test and what after they take the test, what's the process? Walk them through it.
Yeah. So it's really a set of easy questions. There's 13 questions there, right? And it's really you're gonna answer each question. There's only one answer to each question. Answer the best way of how you've been feeling, not how you feel today, but check on how you've been feeling maybe over the last few weeks, the last few months. How have you been feeling, right? Now, the once you take that, it'll give you get answers, right? On where you fall on that. Now, it could be that you are doing great. And that's great. I always tell people when people hear spectrum, they're like, "Oh, that means something wrong." No. There's a part of the spectrum where people are I get stressed. Everybody does because stress is inevitable, but I handle it very well. And then there's another all the way at the other end says, "I am ashes right now." Okay? And then there's the stuff that's in between. And so it gives you a sense of where you are and things you could be doing right now to deal with that. Because even the people who are and where they're doing stuff well, remember I said I'm all about prevention. We want to keep it that way because things can change in a minute. So I want to tell you, hurrah, and here's the things you should do to keep it that way. Even when bigger things happen, here's the things you should do to keep it that way. So does that answer your question, Dr. Tina? Okay. So here's what I want you to know. I'm gonna be here all 3 days, right? And I implore you all to take the quiz and understand where you are on the spectrum, but also as I am here for all 3 days, at the end of all of that, uh, 3 people will get picked for another prize. So for another prize, and I'll let Tina know, but it'll be a person a day. The bigger thing for me though is I want all of you to have what I have without having to go through what I went through, which is more clarity about what I need to be doing to keep myself from getting burnt out all over again. For some of you, it's more clarity on what to keep doing or, you know, keep doing or do some more of to keep yourself from getting burnt out the first time or getting burnt out again. So, I implore you to take that. And I am like, again, so happy to be here. Thank you all for being here and listening to me because honestly, you didn't have to, but I'm glad you're here. And that's it. That's the joy that I'm giving you. Just remember that gratitude is energy reset, and gratitude is energy too, right? Gratitude is a different type of energy. So feeling that level of gratitude, that's energy too. And that's the way we can start to manage our energy. And then once we can manage our energy and combine that with managing our time, we will watch our capacity grow, okay, and watch our success soar, but in a more sustainable way. Thanks so much, ladies. Thanks so much, gentlemen.
Wow, spoken like the great physician you are, Dr. Judy. Dr. Judy is full of life, as you guys can see. She has a wealth of knowledge. And Dr. Judy, I mean, for some of them, some people that are just chiming in, they didn't really hear your story because I know you're like Dr. T, but I want them to understand that you were a physician caring
Yeah.
for people while you had not taken care of yourself. You have not used your own knowledge, your own wisdom that you were telling everyone else, but you didn't use it for yourself. So
Now,
I need you to
on both fronts. On both fronts. So for those that weren't here originally, just to let you know, that in 2019, I'll even go slightly further back because I didn't even say this to everybody else. In 2017, I had already said to myself, something feels off, right? And by something felt off, I meant in me, right? And I kept saying, I feel like there's something more that I should be doing, but I am too busy and too tired to even figure out. I don't have the brain capacity to figure out what that was. And I remember telling my friends that very thing. I feel like there's something more. I really don't even have the energy or the brain capacity to figure out what. So I have too much on my plate, you know, as a physician, as a medical director, as a wife and a mother of two children, both not neurodivergent. I was like, I don't have it. I just don't have it. And that was 2017. And then by 2019, when I finally actually attend an appointment that I had made multiple times, by the way, and could tell you all of my kids' appointments and even made a doctor's appointments for my husband, but kept missing my own. I finally made this appointment, and and it was the first time I was seeing this OBGYN, and she found a lump. I brushed it off a bit as, she doesn't really know me. I have lumpy breasts. But in October, when I went for the mammogram, they did find suspicious findings. By that Friday, 4 days later, I was in a breast surgeon's office who was pretty sure, but I'll tell you one thing, you can't really diagnose it until you get the biopsy, but she was pretty sure. And then in a week or so, I had a biopsy, and then a week after that, I had the results. And I had 2 stages of breast cancer, right? And people think, well, that's the biggest thing in the world. That's the biggest thing in the world. But for me, later on, it wasn't. For me, the biggest thing was I had my double mastectomy and I was at home. And as I'm at home, I'm realizing I'm not getting headaches the way I was getting headaches before. I'm checking my blood pressure. My blood pressure is normalizing, and it had been normal with 2 medications on board in 3 years. And I'm like, what's going on? You know? And as I sat down, all I could be is in my thoughts because my family wouldn't let me touch anything because I'm not supposed to be lifting anything because I had a double mastectomy. So I sat down, I had to sit with myself and sit with my thoughts, and I realized I had been burning out. It was a slow burn, but that's what burnout off, people think burnout is like a crash out. It's often a slow burn, especially for high achievers, high performers, high intellectuals. We intellectualize everything. Right? I could recognize burnout in other people easily and didn't recognize it in myself. Okay. And so, it's not a respecter, of persons. It's not a respecter of your profession. It's none of that, you know? And so I really had to sit with, how did we get here and what do we need to not be here again because you had been here before? And I realized, but you did nothing about it but to get up and leave that job as if the job was the sole reason you were here. Was the job problematic? Yeah. The other jobs too. Right? But here I am. I'm the one that's burning out. So I got to figure out what I can do on my end. What had I not done Did I really fix the problem, or did I just put a Band-Aid on it by walking away? And that's what I did. I had just put a Band-Aid on it by walking away. So it took a while for me not to not feel burnt out, but to really say, what's the system I'm going to need to put in place once I go back to work, so that this doesn't happen. And that's why, and suddenly it came clear, this is what I need to do. You were already feeling it. It was right in front of you, and this is what I want to impart to other people. What can we do, right? You can only fix what you can fix. So what can I do? And when I fix all that stuff, if they're still there, then yeah, maybe I need to get up and, and leave the job. But maybe if I fix what's in me, the other stuff there doesn't bother me as much. And I got to tell you, I am definitely in a different place in my head than I was back in October and November of 2019. Very much so. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow, wow, wow. Yes. Oftentimes, we need to know those things because as women, as high performing, like something happens and we're like, we'll do it later, we'll do it later. But we're telling everyone else, do it now.
Mhm.
It's like with Global Women Speakers, we have a saying, absolutely nothing gets in the way of progression and production, and everything is urgent. Now, ask me, do I do some things urgently? No, we do not. It's just human nature to care for others more than we care for ourselves.
Absolutely.
Wow. So, Dr. Judy, I love you. I adore you. I feel that you're the best thing since sliced bread, that are the best kept secret. Dr. Judy says that self-care is selfish, but it's a necessary selfishness because it is selfish. You want your you time. There's nothing wrong with being selfish. And she also, as I believe she should just definitely coin the term, right? It is not a petty medi. It is so much more than that. So you want to definitely tap in with Dr. Judy. And what I want to do is I want to give away some money. You mind if we give away some money? Because I have a friend, her name is Dee Dee. Well, I shouldn't say her name is Dee Dee. She has securing his arm security. She is a woman-owned security company, private transportation. She is a multi-millionaire on her way to becoming a billionaire. And she just texted me and said, Tina, I would like to give $100 donation to the summit. Now that is powerful. Those are the kind of people that we are aligned with. Those are the kind of people that say, hey, I can't come, I can't join, but I want to donate. I didn't even have to ask. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm going to give away $100. Anyone on this chat right now, anyone in this room exclusively want to give away $100. I have, oh my gosh, wait, is that Jen? Jen, stop sharing your screen. I want to show you something. You guys, let me tell you why this is so funny. If you're going to get someone that's your assistant or someone that works with you, someone that knows you, you want to get someone that does the work, someone that gets to know you, because she did the will, but you know what? I did the will too. And so I'm like, hey, I want to give away $100. She pulls up the will automatic. She already knows where I'm going with it, right? And so I'm going to show you.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
I absolutely love it. I cannot believe she's like, okay, I'm gonna do the will too. So we're gonna give away. Did you put everybody's name in there? Are you sure you have everyone? Yes. Okay. You guys, we have a will, because I know sometimes like behind the scenes, people are like, how do I know I didn't win? Right. So we have a will and we put everyone's name in it, and we simply want to share it with you. So those of you, you have to be present to win. So this is cash, $100 cash. There is no, oh, I was in the bathroom. I'm going to ask, are you present? I'm going to pause for 5 seconds. I'm going to go like this. This is 5 seconds. When I go like this, the time is up. I'm going to go to the next person. Everyone, I need some emojis. I need some, I got it. I need some of something. Do you guys understand? That's exactly what's going to happen. Okay. We're going to share the will. And then I'm going to call the name. And then after I call the name, we're going to say, are you present? They're going to have to say, yes, they are present, or no, they're not present. But there will be nothing else. That's it. Okay, you guys ready? I don't know. You know what? I think everybody's asleep or taking a lunch break. Like, what's really going on?
Come on, people. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Yes.
I'm ready.
Good.
I'm ready.
Because
Let's
I'm ready to
go. I'm
roll.
ready to
But
win.
before we
Yes.
start, there are some people that cannot win. I don't know if Mark is still on, but he cannot win because, you know, he's been doing things for over 20 years. He has a lot going on. And so he definitely doesn't need Global Women Speakers $100. And also, one that's not registered. We have a hot mic, Jen. Catch it, please. I don't know where that noise is coming from, but let's stop it really quick. There we go. Perfect.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So we're going to do the wheel, you guys. It's going to be fun. So on the count, well, these are the rules. Can somebody repeat the rules? Okay, Lisa says she's ready. Miss Anderson, she's ready. Anybody else ready for the wheel? I don't know. We just need to make sure. We just need to see if they're really ready for the.
I am ready.
All right. Okay, so here we
Let's
go.
go. I'm ready.
Count of 3. Let's go.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're ready because I don't hear the drum roll.
I know you're right. I forgot. My bad, Jen.
Yes, that's the spirit. That's what I'm talking about.
I love it. I love it. All right, Jen, I'm gonna do the drum roll and you do the spin. Deal?
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so here we go. Let me pull up the drum roll. The drum roll is going down.
Let's go.
Okay, on the count of, hold on one second. Oh, I can't do the drum roll because I'm not sharing my screen. Okay, they gave you the drum roll. The first winner is, well, wait, I have a question, you guys. We have $100. Should we divide it in 50? So 2 people get 50, or should we give away $100? I just need to know in the chat. I need you to put 50 or 100. I need you to put 50 or 100. We have more cash to give away later, but just for right now. Okay, how many hundreds? Okay, 150, 100, 100, 100. What's the consensus? Okay, let's see. Wow, okay. I'm ready to win. Okay, beautiful.
I have a name left.
50. Okay, I see the chat going off. 50, 100, 50, 100. All righty. So what, can somebody tell me what the consensus? Is it 50 or is it 100? Jen, cancel the ad right there on the side. Exit out. All right, 50 or 100, everyone. Put it in the chat. 50. All right, okay, so the consensus is $100. I love it. So with that being said, we're gonna give away $100. But before I do, I need each of you to either go to our YouTube and hashtag Gratitude Summit, go on your personal Facebook pages because we are monitoring it, and put, I am at the Gratitude Summit. Go to your Facebook, put, I am at the Gratitude Summit. Just tell us your experience from the Gratitude Summit. So far, what has been your experience of the Gratitude Summit? Go to your Facebooks right now. I am at the Gratitude Summit. It has been blank, whatever word that is. All right, Beautiful says she's on her personal page. Okay, great. Whatever it is, I am on the Gratitude Summit. It has been. And then, because I can search for it. All I have to do is go into Facebook and put hashtag Gratitude Summit, and anything or anyone that has hashtag Gratitude Summit, it will come up. All right. Let's go ahead and do it.
Are you ready?
We are ready. Is everyone ready?
Yes.
Everyone ready? Let's go. We're going to get
Ready.
$100 on
Ready, let's do it.
Gratitude Summit. So the winner is, let's go, Jen. Woo!
Okay, I'm on it. Let's go.
All
Winner
right.
is
Make it bigger, Jen. Make it bigger so we can see it. Make it bigger, bigger, bigger if we can. What?
It was either you or me. We are too close.
Wait, leave it
Okay.
up. I want to take a picture of it. Wait, leave it up. I won. Woohoo! So I have a question. Should I keep the $100 for myself, or should I put it back in the pot? Let's vote. Should I keep the money for myself or put it in the pot? All right, put it back. Keep it. Wow, I love it. So what I have elected to do is I'm going to keep it for myself. No, put it back in the pot. Put it back in the pot. Can we get a drum roll, please? Go ahead. Let it rip, Jen. Go ahead. Let's see. And the next winner is. Uh-oh. Coming up, it is. Wow. Rebecca. Rebecca, are you present?
Yes, I am.
Okay, she's there. So Rebecca, you are the winner of $100. And because you are a member of Global Women Speakers, you can either keep it or put it back in the pot. Rebecca, what are you going to do?
I'm going to keep it.
All right, Rebecca chose to keep it. Okay, so Rebecca, how about you keep half of it? Or do you want all of it?
Half of it is a deal. I'm going to be generous since we're at the Gratitude Summit. I'm going to give the other half to someone else.
She is a premier member of Global Women Speakers. We talk about not like-minded, but what, you guys? Hashtag lighthearted. She's willing to share. So we're going to do one more raffle. Go ahead, Jen. Who is the winner of $50?
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. I love it. Yes, I'm excited. This is amazing. And the winner of $50 cash, US dollars, because I know we have global people, is who? Nancy. Wow, it's going once. Nancy, are you present? Going twice. Nancy, are you present?
I am present.
Yay, awesome. On behalf of Global Women Speakers, we would like to give you $50. Nancy, please reach out to me with either a Cash App or some way that we can send you money. And Rebecca, because you were so generous, we are still going to grant you $100. It was a test and you passed. Awesome. We did
Love it.
$150 live on the Gratitude Summit. The next speaker you're going to hear is going to be Parul. Listen, she is from London. And for those of you who are in South Africa, for those of you who are in the UK, in the Philippines, I know right now it's early morning for you, it's getting late, and you're still here. And for that, we say thank you. So on behalf of Global Women Speakers, we are grateful for you. Parul is a leadership expert. She's a coach. She's an amazing mom. And she's here today to deliver I'll say an empowering speech. What she has to share with you is going to blow your mind, literally blow your mind. There she is. Look at her. Hey, sister, how are you?
Hi, Dr. Tina. Thank you for the opportunity. So lovely and motivating to listening to everyone. Every speaker has been amazing. Yes, so thank you for the opportunity. Yes, I'm not going to take lots of time. I'm going to try to stay within the time of my 15 minutes. So it's fair to everyone.
Here's the deal. You know what? I have an offer for you.
Yes.
You will be the first person, right, to do that. So here's the challenge. If you do that, you will win $100.
Thank you, Dr. Tina. And that $100, I'm going to give it to 2 women who is going to be coming to my summit so they can buy their lunch.
Oh, that's amazing. See, giving is a gift that keeps on giving. So yes. So Jen, set the timer. Let's go, Jen. Let's go. She said 15, Jen. No. Don't set the timer because that wouldn't be fair because then she can watch We're going to see if she has it. So Jen, set the timer on your phone. I love doing things like this. You guys, this is the Gratitude Summit sponsored by Dr. Tina D. Lewis, the Bottom Line Queen, Global Women Speakers. Dr. Cynthia, she is a member of Global Women Speakers. Rebecca is a member of Global Women Speakers. Diane, Dr. Diane is a member of Global Women Speakers. And I can go on and on and on, but here's what we're here for. It's gratitude. Gratitude is taking what you have and making it enough. And we're going to hear from Elsa later. Her and I we're going to, for the panel. Listen, she has been studying gratitude, and I'm going to leave you with a question. I want you to think about it while Pearl is talking. You know, she says, when people operate in a spirit of gratitude, does it shut off or kill your ambition? Because you're basking in gratitude. You're just grateful for what you have. Does it stop you from wanting more? So think about that. We're going to talk about that in a moment. But I am going to move out the forefront, move to the background, and I'm going to bring up none other than Pearl, all the way from the United Kingdom. Pearl, over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Hina. Lovely to see everyone. So I'm going to talk about mastering self-confidence. Some of the tools and technique that help me personally. So nothing new is tried and tested methods, combining with some motivation and some self-care. I know some of you talked about self-care already. So I'm bringing in within mastering your confidence. First of all, I'm going to start with point number one is it's really important for us to have a big dream. So instead of wasting time, quite a lot of people talk about time. Time we lose is never come back. We aged every year.